closely followed Facebook's censorship efforts, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Carter, thanks so much for coming on. So the first question, I'm not sure if you can answer, but it sticks in my craw to the extent I can't control myself. Why has no one done anything about creeping censorship in this country? These companies operate because Congress allows them a special exemption. Why has Congress done nothing, the White House done nothing to stop this?
Yeah, just tonight you may have seen there's some reports saying that President Trump is going to sign an executive order tomorrow that's going to address some of these issues. Look, since the 2016 election, the far left has hopped from hoax to hoax to hoax to try to explain the loss at the ballot box. One of them is to go after online platforms for the crime, in their view, of being neutral in the 2016 election. And they're committed to making sure that these online platforms are not neutral again. As you laid out, we're seeing it at Facebook with this oversight board. We're seeing it at Twitter with them deciding to engage in political speech against the president. And so I think going forward, if these entities want to be political actors, then like you pointed out, like every other political actor, they have First Amendment rights, though they shouldn't necessarily have these special bonus protections that only that set of political actors have in Section 230 that we have talked about.
It is so infuriating that the Congress has done nothing to protect the public from censorship that it's hard even to express it out loud. It's really shameful in my view. How can you have a free and fair election when opinions are being aggressively censored to favor one side?
Yeah, look, these aren't fact checks that are going on. This is opinion journalism at this point. They have decided, Twitter, to engage the President of the United States with its own partisan political viewpoint. They have gone to Congress time and time again and represented under oath that they don't engage in partisan political bias. And then we see conduct like this. And I think this raises another question. In addition to Section 230, which we've talked about, just a regular business practice. Put aside the fact that they can choose to speak however you want. You can't have it both ways. You can't go to Congress and say, we're neutral politically, and then engage in this type of conduct. That's a type of unfair or deceptive business practice that would get a lot of other companies under a lot of scrutiny, including from the Federal Trade Commission.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that maybe someone in the federal bureaucracy or in the Senate of the United States, or the White House, could sort of make a name for himself by saving the country from the darkness of censorship. Do you think, and I just want to ask again very bluntly, can we have a fair election when all information flows through these narrow chokeholds controlled by political partisans?
But doing nothing at this point is not an option in my view. These companies have told us exactly what they're going to do, which is engage in partisan political activity. You mentioned this Facebook Oversight Board that has Pam Karlan on there and a number of other political actors that have said that the 2016 election was an unacceptable political outcome. Facebook has now tossed the keys to content moderation to this group of partisan activists ahead of 2020 election. I think it's fair for the American public to step back and say, you know, I don't know that this one group of political actors should get special benefits above and beyond the First Amendment rights that every other political actor enjoys.
I think that's right. I think the tech companies are too powerful to have in a democracy. They must be reined in or no more democracy.